I can say that when it comes to family, I fought for my own property for 7 years before I got it. My own brother say, you know, go leave my own property. Say, you go collect the two. I say, you go leave one for me. I go, He said, I not being brother. When it comes to family issues, I mean, okay, from Anambra State. He said, I not being brother. Say, make I go find my papa. But thanks to God, the case was settled. I inherited my father's property, and he has his own. So I think for such thing to happen in a family, there must be a misunderstanding somewhere already. There must be a misunderstanding somewhere already. And coupled with the fact that the eldest son is dead, that's the point. And now the whole billions property is being managed by a woman. So I don't know what the man is thinking, but I think
not just a woman, a young lady, a very young person at that. You know,
I think that's where the problem is coming in. If
that probably
it
doesn't
has
have the
been his eldest
capacity or the
son,
experience
yeah.
to manage that kind of.
If it has been his eldest son, I don't think the man, the 90-year-old man, will, because the grandfather will be complaining, because his mind might be at peace that yes, he's actually a man, or the first son of my son that is managing the property. But looking at a 25-year-old lady, what if she gets married tomorrow? What will happen?
No, I
What
don't
if she?
think it's gender based. I don't think the dispute is gender based. They are too exposed for that kind of mindset to think because she's a lady. I think it's because she's young and she's not the first, or she hasn't had, being a first child. Even if you're young, as a first child, you would be saddled with a lot of responsibility.
A lot of
You are growing up with the mindset of I'm the oldest in the family, whether female or male. I'm the oldest in the family. I have that responsibility. I've always been responsible for my younger ones, and and so forth. But for a middle child or a second, it's different.
All right, we're getting more people in the house. And
Wigwe's family. There should be a way.
My dear brother, I wanted to ask you, how old was your brother? What's the age difference between the two of you?
Okay, the scenario is this. Let me call him. Is a brother to my mother. It's kind of complicated. Yeah, but a bona fide member of the house, I will say. So, but he was like telling me that I should go and look where I come from, that I'm not from his family. So he should be a 50-year-old man or 50-something-year-old man now. I think the age difference should be about 20-something years. So I started fighting this when I was 18 after my secondary school. It wasn't an easy thing, Family problems or family issues is just another thing. That's why when I saw the news yesterday, I was perplexed. I was like, I wouldn't have been shocked if it was a 60-year-old man or fighting. But the 90. I was it's too much, because if you fight for the property today, you go die tomorrow. Now 90-year-old man, my grandmother died
at 90. At 90,
my grandmother died at 90.
Obviously not fighting for himself. He's
Exactly.
not fighting because he wants to
be fighting for his own brothers or what? Because it's a whole lot of issue.
Okay.
It's a whole lot of issue.
I was told to check TM Kazim page. Please come to my room, my darling. Come to my room, darling. They said I should check TM Kazim's page. So let me go right there, and I won't be able to play his content out.
I think I will feel it depends on the input of the father too in the life of his son. The way the things the work and everything that he has to put for we didn't know for the disease to be where he was.
Okay, it's right here.
So he might be looking that
Kazim
after the whole software and everything that he never even stop.
Hello, brother. Would you like to?
What do you think, sister?
Come to my live?
What do you think?
Me?
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
I just
I thought that the phrase was wait for something. For
sorry.
me, it's too.
Apparently the guy
It's
had sent me this gentleman, Timmy Kazim. He had sent me a message a while ago. He said, "I hope he responds."
so for me, so many things are involved.
Let's read
I
this
want.
first, and then
Okay.
come back and take our opinions, please.
Not be small case with that though. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But I would think someone like Herbert Wigwe would have a trust, for his, in case something happens,
All
I,
right, let me read the message to you.
I think you might do, but same
13 minutes ago, he
the
dropped
father
this
is
message. He
from him
said,
too.
when Herbert was alive, I told him how much I admired his bond with his late father, Pastor Shingle. Wasn't just his dad, but also his best friend. Now, everything he's doing is to protect his son's legacy from a ruthless man, the same man who is exploiting Herbert's daughter for his own selfish agenda. Pastor Shingle can't take this corporate gangster to court because he has been waging a proxy war through Herbert's daughter. Instead, it is she who he must face in court. He's standing up for Herbert and his family, including his daughter, who remains unaware of the situation and has been heavily manipulated with gifts, money, and lavish trips. This is a very deep situation, and Pastor Shingle is 100% doing the right thing. Wow. TM Kazim. So I just got that from TM Kazim's page, as suggested by a viewer on Instagram. So just like you guys unanimously agreed, there seems to be something more than the ordinary.
Exactly.
But we have a lady who has
Because
joined us. She hasn't said what she thinks. Let us hear from her.
Good afternoon, Daddy Fritz. Good afternoon, everyone.
no,
I was going to go towards that direction too. So it depends. It's just one child. I don't know how many children he has apart from that particular one. So there may be a definite concern about that particular child, probably the way he handles the financial, or probably the properties or whatever that is left of her father. So if the grandfather is doing this, it may be for the family interest. I mean, the child is still young. She may not know how to go about it. I mean, she may not be financially aware of what she's handling. So, but if the father has been involved from the beginning with his son, like you said, they've been best friends. So he probably would want to change the direction of how the finances are being maintained in the family, so that the girl doesn't uh, take advantage of what she has got. I mean, for a child that is that young, handling probably big, financial thing.
Billions. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she may want to use it lavishly without knowing exactly how to handle it. So if the grandfather is saying, okay, enough is enough, I think this is the way we should go about it. You are not doing things right. It is for the family's best interest. I don't think it's for a selfish reason. So we should actually know what the problem is before we dive into just think this grandfather want to take over everything. And they didn't say, they never say he's taking away everything from the whole family. I mean, it's just a particular child. Probably there's problem with that child in terms of financial capability in handling those, resources. I think that is my own opinion about
Now,
everything.
a lot of
So it
people are
may not be
saying
for
26
his.
is not a kid. I remember when I was 26. Now I go flange. At 26, I'm carefree. Even though I had kids early, the typical child at 26 is still on a roll. Doesn't mean. Let me give you an example. YouTuber Mr. Beast is 26 years old, and last year Mr. Beast made $600 million from YouTube. I'm sure Herbert Wigwe's entire wealth is about $600 million. Maybe a little plus here, a little plus there. You understand? With Nigeria, the way Nigeria is, let's estimate it at $1 billion. You understand? But guess what? Mr. Beast is already a billionaire. You understand? He's worth about 1.2 billion. So I believe that to be about Wigwe's wealth, or a little less. I'm not sure Wigwe's wealth in dollars can be $1.2 billion. I'm not sure. I'm not a family member. I don't know. But I know it's a lot. I'll be looking more at like 500-600 million, maybe $1 billion. You understand? At the very most. But if a 26-year-old Mr. Beast can handle that money and still continue growing the money, because the previous year before last year he made 200
They are
million.
two different things. The money you work for is different from the money you inherited or you inherit. So he worked for it. Exactly.
So
Yeah,
confident
but what I'm
and
also trying to say is,
but when
what I'm trying to say in
you
essence
billions
is,
of naira from your papa, hey, now love you spending, no, you go spend first now before you go. It's normal. So I wouldn't blame anybody spending. When you inherit billions of naira from your dad, you got spend first. I'm
There's
telling you the
you go
simple
something
truth.
spend
there's
first.
something I used to tell my friend when we want to spend money, sometimes like we want to buy something that on a number we should be like, please let's buy it now that I have my life. Not that next of it will come. Under 1 second, we'll squander everything. And then we laugh over it, but that's the reality. The money you never work for, it's easy to spend. Even we that we are working to make money, you find it difficult sometimes too. But sometimes you just have to like, let's spend this money. Next of it will come. This thing we are saving under 1 second. Don't buy with it. Don't buy.
Now,
Finish the money.
let's talk about this particular young lady. From what I read about her, she's very hardworking. She's enterprising. She's also a philanthropist. I don't, and here's the part that got to me. Okay, TM Kazim has actually responded. I wish you'll be able to come and share this with us. Oh, this will have been amazing. We are actually discussing Wigwe's issue on my live. Let's see. Okay. It will be nice if you can come and at least let's have a balanced perspective. I also like to hear from both parts of the family. Now, if you go to Linda Ikeji's blog, you will see the story there. You understand? So sorry. Trying to get it. What's this thing called? Linda Ikeji's blog. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Tulu. I wanted you to be here, so when I'm reading this now. Oh, is it not Yeah, I've been like, okay, now Insta blog, can I carry the full story? No, it was here actually. It was in the story.
Do you want me
I
to
read it
read
out
it?
earlier on.
Do you want me to read? Is it in the
Not
cages?
necessarily.
Okay.
Uh, if I can get it, if you, I just want you to go to that. Are you there on the Linda Ikeji story?
Yes, I
Janet.
am. Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Read the write-up, the caption. I think that's where we need to focus on the caption.
Okay. Herbert Wigwe's 90-year-old father goes to appeal court over property dispute. The legal battle over the estate of the late former group managing director and CEO of Access Bank, Herbert Wigwe, has moved to the Court of Appeal following the Lagos State High Court's dismissal of an application for interim reliefs. Herbert Wigwe's 90-year-old father, Pastor Shingle Wigwe, is in court over his grandchildren's guardianship and management of properties belonging to the late Access Bank GMD CEO. Pastor Shingle Wigwe's application to appoint interim administrators, guardians in Herbert Wigwe's estate was dismissed by Justice A.O. Adeyemi of Lagos State High Court, Family Probate Court in Ikeja on February 6, 2025. Pastor Wigwe sought an order to be appointed as interim administrator of Wigwe's estate alongside Otutochi Wigwe, daughter, Uche's Wigwe's Herbert's brother, and two professionals, Ziz Trust Company and PricewaterhouseCoopers Limited. He also sought an order to place Wigwe's minor children under joint guardianship, which will allow him oversee their welfare. Justice Adeyemi ruled against his submissions, saying he was not entitled to the relief sought. The court also found that the claims raised by the applicants were essentially the same as those raised in a substantive suit. Additionally, the court referenced an existing judgment which had already appointed Utotochi, that is Herbert's daughter, as the legal guardian of the deceased minor children. After Pastor Shenge's Wigwe's application was dismissed by the Lagos State High Court on February 6, a notice of appeal was reportedly filed and dated on February 13, 2025. The appellants, that is Pastor Shenge's Wigwe and co., argued that the court failed to distinguish between interim reliefs meant to preserve the estate and provide for dependents and the final reliefs determine the distribution of assets. They cite Section 24, the Administration of Estate Law of Lagos State 2015, which empowers courts to appeal interim administrators where necessary. They maintain that their request merely sought to include them as co-guardians rather than overturn the existing order. It's a big
Are you there,
deal.
my sister?
Sister B, are you there?
No, now you are even there asking whether you did there.
I am.
I'm trying to just. I ate rice. The rice no belle fool me, but I don't eat plenty rice. I don't even eat rice at all. I just ate it today,
Just
and the
if
rice
just say
was
you
so
like
sweet.
enjoyment.
The
Just
rice
even you
was
are talking,
so
just say I
sweet.
like enjoyment.
That rice was so sweet, but I know they chop rice because of sugar.
Okay.
I just try to stay away from sugar. So let me just be chewing on some nuts and drinking Diet Coke. I be Coke Zero. So there's something you read there which I like to. The father apparently is not applying to take over the property. He just wants to be included.
Be involved, yes.
You understand? And the TMZ Kazim guy that I spoke to in his own what is it called, said Wigwe's father was very close. They were not like father and son. They were like brothers. They were friends. You understand? So in some certain situations, you see, you need to understand that some parents can be greedy, but not all parents. And if the man wants to be part of the administration of the estate, I don't see why not, unless the daughter can prove to us that
beyond every reasonable doubt.
Yes. Now, I followed the Access Bank story from way back. I know Imokude. I wouldn't say I know him personally, but I know I've emceed stuff for Access Bank before. Ig was the CEO then, and Wigwe was his deputy. You know, I remember, I think this was in 2007, I was paid to MC an Access Bank gig. And after that, I was paid again to MC some gig, but I showed up late, so I ended up not doing it, and Frank Edoho ended up doing it. You understand? But I'm sure Mokude knows me. At least he would have seen me on the stage of there. And they had a good relationship. But you see, I'm not, how do I put it? I'm not privy to, I don't even know what it takes to run a bank. My own is to open an account and go there and fight any day my money not complete. You understand? I don't know if I'd worked in banking before, or if I were close enough to the two of them, maybe I'll be able to guess or give suggestions. But beyond that, I don't know them. I met Wigwe once that I can recollect, and it was at that same event. And I remember on the stage, and it was the end of year party 2007, if I remember correctly, held somewhere in Victoria Island. So they gave me the names, you know, when you are emceeing and these. So I was, you know, everybody, our MD is here. I've forgotten what title he had then. Mr. I Gimokude. So I remember one of the people walking up to me, one of the Access Bank staff who was in charge of the event, and saying, "You also need to talk about Herbert. Talk about Herbert too." It's from what I recollect, and I may be wrong. They both own about the same percentage of the shares of Access, but I is in charge of the bank, of the daily running of the bank. And after a while, we heard that he stepped down and Wigwe was now in charge of the bank. So I didn't remember them having a bad relationship. Also, a gentleman called Ayoni was the chairman of Access Bank back then. And because I was close to his family, I've seen Imokude. I can't remember if I'd seen Wigwe there at the place. So it's now looking like some people feel that Ig is not the person to trust. You know, I don't understand where that is coming from. And I would like to hear from all parties. Here at Daddy Freeze podcast, sorry, let me not call it a podcast, Daddy Freeze Live, we want everybody to come and talk. Let's hear their sides of the story. Because for the first time, I'm not normal me. I go believe, waiting Papa, they put I for picking inheritance. No be Papa suppose they leave inheritance for picking.
True.
But my spirit feels a bit different about this one. I'm feeling more like the father is bothered. Not that he wants to go there and steal. I'm sure Herbert must have put things in motion for his father, even without him being around. I don't know if I'm making sense to you.
Yes, true.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I want to try and see if I can bring a few more people. Let's have this conversation.
If you need space, anytime you can
I
take me
can
out
go.
with somebody.
No. It's okay. It's okay. We don't have that many people. You know, I want to hear people's thoughts.
Another thing we should look at is the timing. I mean, it's just 1 year. So I don't know if it is the right timing. At the same time, we don't know if there's actually a concern that, okay, let's do this thing early before before it's too late. Because that's another thing one would have considered. Okay, why? This man just died, it's just 1 year, and then all this is already happening.
Bye. Be careful, bye.
Yeah, okay, bye. So we don't know the situation or the circumstances that that demands or that warrants this. So probably there's a call for concern. Like before it's too late, let's get it right from the beginning.
Okay, I'm sending requests. Please accept. And if you accept, please make sure you have a good we don't reach here again. Tolu go understand what
You
they
are
go through
muted.
now.
I
Not
think you are
Tolu.
muted.
Me.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
No, yeah, I can hear you. I think the lady's trying to talk, but
No.
we
She's
can't
probably
hear
in a
her.
meeting. She's probably in a
Oh,
meeting.
okay. Okay.
So she'll be using us to do side. So we are her side pieces. Please don't send me a request if you are going to decline. Don't send me a request if you are going to decline. Some people just join a live. Brother.
That decrease.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, coming to what we have been saying about the 90-year-old man. Like I said before, I think the man is seeing. They tell us, say, waiting old man sit down for GSC. Say, we small PK, we know if we climb it, okay, we know go see him. So I guess the man is already seeing the future, the way the children will handle. Just like the lady said, it's just 1 year, and this is already happening. But what if the man is trying to protect some certain casualties on time? You must have seen, because I believe with this past 1 year, you must have been seeing the way the things are going, both the transaction, the way they use the money and everything, whether they are investing or stocks. So I think with this 1 year, he must have concluded with himself that, okay, it's like these children will mismanage this fund. Why not let us do it this way? And just like
Okay,
you
bro.
said,
Thank you very much.
I believe Papi must have left some things in place for his father. So why is he fighting for his own wealth? I think
Okay.
the only answer should be just so that it will not be misappropriated or misused,
Okay. Okay, bro. Please help me press X. Let me be able to bring somebody new. You have spoken before.
Yeah. I think I also would like to do a live, because just like this week the family, I have 1 or 2 things to share too about mine, but that will be some other day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Do send me a DM. We'll pick it up from there.
All right. Thank you.
All right. God bless you. All right. So Ronkus is joining us now.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ronkus, baby. Kilo Shele.
Baba Fred.
I'm good. Oh. go ahead.
Yeah, I think so much be different from what I've been hearing, but it's just a clear-cut and obvious reason to understand there's a problem in the family already. Okay, and for a 90-year-old man to step in, I can tell you he's seen what we are not seeing. All right, because a 90-year-old man is not fighting for anything for himself at this stage. He has apparently seen something, probably mismanagement, you understand, or some of the step brothers or whatever. You know, it's a family thing. It's a family problem that's ongoing at the moment for him to have stepped in. And secondly, for a 26-year-old to be to shoulder all that kind of financial responsibility, that when the kind of money we're talking about is not a regular kind of money, you know. Even for me, as old as I am, if the kind of money is, you know, put down for me to like manage, I might not even know how to deal with it. It's a lot of money. We're not talking of just £1 million or $1 million. We're talking like, you know, something that is even those in the financial whatever industry might even shake to even understand how to manage it. For a 26-year-old, the man must have seen something we're not seeing. There must have been a kind of manipulations in the family or from some part of them as well that's trying to manipulate this young girl. A young girl of 26. I tried to, before I decided to put in the request to say I wanted to talk, I first tried to figure myself at 26. What will I have done with such money and such responsibility? You understand?
And money
At
way
26,
all of us never see before. If
at
they
26,
divide
I could
that
still
money,
get
give
one.
everybody for this life, we all walk away with $1 million.
Thank you. The money will go feed the whole. I mean, if you give me that kind of money, I was trying to figure
420
myself.
people here, all of us walk
Yeah.
away with at least $1 million if they share that
Thank
money
you.
completely.
Dollars. And some of us, we don't even know the weight of this money until you see it like this. You understand the weight, and you know, it's a lot of money. And then I try to figure myself at 26, whether I get sense or I no get sense. A girl of 26, you see, they follow one boy now. And the boy can mess up the whole thing, organization, manipulate the girl. The man must have seen something. From the way I'm saying it, this man is rich himself. So he's not as safe. He's the pauper that wants to now, you understand, fighting for that kind of money for himself. Or, you know, he could be fighting for the siblings. Maybe the other brothers are sidetracked or something. But it has to be family problem. That's all I can see. It's a family problem coming up. And the man's aim and objective wouldn't be far from trying to protect that legacy and that money. That's it. I can bet you.
Tolu, do you want to say something else so I can allow you to go and work? You're just looking fine on my live.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree. I agree with what Sister Ronke said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably him trying to protect his son's legacy,
Yeah.
and you know, not out of greed. I don't see him being greedy. It's not like he's 90 already. He's not going to a house or anything. And as you said, as 26, even if she's a smart 26-year-old, but the thing is, there are different types of 26 that is a firstborn is different from a 26 middle child, is different from, and we don't know, it's specific to this particular situation. We don't know the lady in question. We don't know what type of 26-year-old she is. So, and for any 26-year-old, that kind of estate is a lot to handle. So, okay,
You're
get out.
right. You're very, very right.
Thank you so much, Tolu Honike. I truly appreciate you. And that was well said. Like I said earlier on, I'm trying my best to stay away from bringing my own opinions to the fore. I think TikTok is hooked. I say YouTube is hooked, I think.
Try to reach out to the family and let's see whether one person
Guys,
can come up and say
YouTube?
something.
Sorry, YouTube don't hook. Oh.
Now, the phrase I said, have you tried to reach out to any of the family members to come up?
I don't know any of them. That's the
No,
sad.
you don't know them.
I think we're having a problem with YouTube. YouTube don't hook. Oh. How do I know? The followership just dropped.
Yeah, it does sometimes.
It don't hook. Once it don't hook like that, now so you go to do. So they see.
Yes,
Want
yes.
to restart?
I don't want to
Maybe
restart. Maybe I should just switch the net. I knew that this network was going to give me problem. This IPNX is only God that can deliver you people. So let me.
Then another thing again that the phrase that we should again try to think of or to consider is you see that is you know that our parents sometimes they have favorites and they can be selfish sometimes. They can be about a particular child. There is possibility this Wigwe has got other siblings that obviously are not too benefiting from him, probably because of their relationship, and the father might want to help them get some things. It might be. I've seen a lot of parents do that. You understand? They just want to fight for others. It might not even be the fight might not be for the interest of the daughter or the children. It might be for the siblings, these Igwe's brothers, sisters.
family
It might be.
interest
Yeah,
still.
family interest. Parents do that sometimes. They are biased sometimes. They want to help other siblings out of the other ones interest whatever they have. So it's all of us will just keep guessing. No matter who you bring, everybody will keep guessing, because until we hear something from the family, nobody can say. We can only think about what could have happened for his 90-year-old man to step in. All of us will just keep guessing. No matter who you bring, everybody will keep guessing, because until we hear something from the family,
YouTube is back on.
Nobody can say. We can only think about what could have happened for his 90-year-old man to step in.
Okay, so I think we're back on YouTube. YouTube people, please share the video. Let's get everybody back in the house. So, official Jemanzi, please come and share your opinion. I can see that you've been sharing it inside the comment section. So I'd like to hear it publicly so that other people too can hear. Do send a request. So many people will send requests. They don't know. Some people don't know that when you send a request and the person accepts it, you understand me? You are now holding everybody hostage.
And also, I think it may be too early for people to get much information, because this thing just came out just yesterday. So you may likely not get the full story. So after this, now people will start making investigation, try to find out what the problem is. So you may not really get the accurate information today. So you may likely bring the topic up again some other day. So people would have probably get to know or get more information about this, and they'll be able to say what exactly the problem is.
All right. Official.
All right, let me exit so that you can bring more people in.
I'm just trying to bring somebody. That's why it looks like I'm distracted. NG. Let me just. Yeah, that is it. So let me invite a guy to. I want you to be here. Sorry,
Okay.
everybody that sent me requests don't know what they are talking about, don't know what they are doing, so it's just frustrating. All right, so I sent a request to a gentleman. Someone said I stand with the children. Now, standing with the children, are you sure that by putting the money in the children's hands, you are actually standing with the children? What if the money is better off in the hands of someone who understands the system better? We've got our brother here. Introduce yourself, brother, and do go ahead. Go ahead, brother. We're waiting for you.
Right. Sure. So,
remove AirPods. Remove AirPods. AirPods are terrible for online.
Let me see. Hopefully that works.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please go
Perfect.
ahead.
Yeah. So this is a sad situation. I'm actually surprised that a man that old is trying to get into this situation. But from personal experience, I know how families can be. I lost my dad about 36 years ago, and he was kind of a comfortable guy. So I think that made a lot of difference in the family. It's hard when one person is successful in a family and the others are not doing so well. So in that kind of situation, there tends to be a lot of, I would say, a lot of envy sometimes. I'm not trying to say that's what's happening in this situation, but it is possible something sinister is happening somewhere. Um, but actually, in that situation, we had problems where my grandmother, and I like what Ronket had said about potentially some parents are partial when it comes to some certain kids and stuff. So my grandmother at the point at the time was very. She wanted to get as much as she could from my father's estate for her other kids who were some of them were older than my father and others were younger. So I could see a situation whereby this man in question could be, it might be the same kind of situation where he's trying to raise certain things for his other kids to make them more comfortable. Because I don't see a reason why a man who's technically circling the drain at this point is so interested in getting involved in this kind of situation. 26 years old, some 26-year-olds are more independent and more and very smart and smarter than the old guys, in my opinion. So I don't think the age is too much in question here. This might be a responsible 26-year-old who knows how to handle the big estate. I mean, in the US, a lot of 26-year-olds are doing big things. Let's not be
I just gave the
myopic and
example of Mr. Beast is 26 and he's a billionaire in dollars.
100%. So I kind of don't downplay anybody when it comes to age, because age in this age where this computer age, people who are 22, 23, they're doing big things
Many of us
so
try to use our own. Me at 26, I was useless.
That's why I try to use. I'm not saying that
at 26.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
So
Apart from radio, I don't sabi anything else at 26.
yeah. So we'll see what the other perspective is from the family. But in general, I don't think for any reason a 90-year-old man should be involved in all this. He should relax. If he isn't so interested, he shouldn't be the person in the front lines trying to fight for this estate. I'm sure there are other people in the family or even extended, whatever, friends, people who they know that probably would be in a better position to handle this. Most 90-year-olds I know could barely remember what they're talking about, So it's unfortunate. God bless his soul. Wigwe guy. It sounds like he was an interesting person with a lot of money, but it's unfortunate. I just he needs to take the back seat on this one and let the younger people kind of try to do stuff. I know it's possible that.
If he wants to know, what's going on, it's different from he wants to take over, he wants to take charge. That is two different things. So if he wants to know, I don't think there's anything wrong about it.
I bow for the girl. I'm impressed with her.
100%.
The billionaires that I know in this Lagos, maybe I'm back by maybe they begin to divide the money with ruler.
But he's the papers. He's the one whose name is on the court papers. Is that what it is? Because it sounds like he did file some papers.
Yeah,
it's him.
It's him. Like the guy said, there's possibilities are not. He's a very smart 26-year-old who could handle things, and he's already taking his stand in how she wants to operate, which is not favoring all these other family members, the siblings, father, whoever, grandfather, whoever. It might be a smart 26 for the man to have stepped, forward to say we're going to court. Maybe she's already letting them understand this is where it's going. This is how I'm going to do it. It's not the way you wanted it. You all are saying a lot of money that we should all share and spend. Or no, it's not happening. It could be,
Yeah. Yeah, let the young ones breathe now. Let's try to. I'm really curious to see what the situation is with this whole. The story is still unfolding. Hopefully, we can get more information.
Exactly. We don't really know what the situation is, so it will take a while before people begin to ask questions and get more information about the whole situation.
How much are we talking about? You guys said it runs in hundreds of
It's a
millions.
lot of money. It's a
Hundreds
lot
of
of
millions
money.
of dollars.
It's a lot of money.
Wow.
It's a whole bank. We're talking about a whole
Mm.
bank. And
Yeah,
one
I'm
of the
telling
best
you.
banks at that.
It's
One of the
a
most
whole.
efficient banks in Nigeria.
These
Big shout out to
ones will
Ronku's
borrow
baby. Just
country.
sent me 3,000 stars on Facebook. Go
Yeah.
to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. Click on today's video. Bottom left-hand corner, you will see how to buy my stars. DADDYFREEZE. Click on today's video. Bottom left-hand corner, you will see how to buy my stars. Is there anything else anybody wants to add?
Not
At
really.
this point,
When
yeah.
you have more interesting
Everywhere we
things that we
get more
have a clue.
information.
More information.
All right, then. So, thank you so much, guys. If you've been watching on TikTok, pop my money guns, and look forward to hosting you again soon, real soon, guys. So
Real
do take care
soon.
of yourselves, and I'm right here for you. Thank you,
you,
everyone.
All right.
Daddy Freeze.
Later
Bye
I
then.
tonight,
Take
appreciate
care.
it.
there was a
Thank
lovely
you.
topic we had last night. What was that topic again? Hey, and I said I will not forget.
It was
I slept off.
why
Huh?
marriage is important.
Yeah.
It was about marriage. It was
So we're going to do that again. Is marriage what's that thing again?
Is it
Marriage an achievement?
Oh yeah,
achievement?
So we're
I
going to be
watched it. Yes.
discussing that later
But
on
I
today.
watched
But
it.
just before we go, since this thing is going to cut me off in 5 minutes anyway, I might just ask you guys, what do you think, Ronkus, is marriage an achievement?
To different people, it means different things. So it's a long topic. What marriage will mean to me may not be what it means to you. And my purpose of going into marriage may be different from yours. So it's an individual thing and it means different. Marriage is making some people, don't forget, and it's breaking some people. So if you see it as an achievement, to me, it might just be a societal demand. Do you get me? Some people just get married to have children and to have just that companion. They don't even respect it. Some people, it is their life and they buy there. Nothing makes them move. No, you can't shift them. They buy there. It's an achievement. So it depends on your background. It depends on your reason for going into marriage. It depends on who you are before you got married, what you became after you got married. Some marriages are making people, some are breaking people, don't forget. So if you ask me, what it means to me is not what it might mean to you. To me, it might be an achievement just because my parents wanted it. I've graduated, my brothers are getting married, my friends, everything, and I did it at the same time. So to me, or to my parents, it might be an achievement. Do you get me? Because at that point, I've done all the societal demand or family demand, and that was the next thing, and I was able to do it. So I might call it an achievement. Do you get me? So,
yeah.
but some people can survive without it, and they can even make it better than you that is married. Some young people are even, they're doing more than people who are not even married. Some single people are. So that's why I said it's different, and is a different ball game for individuals. To someone like me, I might say, is there an achievement? It's a fulfillment to me. I won't say it's an achievement. It would have been an achievement if I'd married a millionaire. Let's say my husband is broken like that. Those kind of money we just spoke about now. And you now ask me that question. If I get married to Wigwe and you're saying is it an achievement, I'll give you one look. I say, well, if you know the achievement, what it can be. If you fly, let it go be. I feel fly private jet anyhow, anytime. I feel do anything with money na water. It might be an achievement for me. But me and my husband, yes, we're okay, we're happy, we are dealing with ourselves. But is there an achievement? I achieved a societal demand. Yes, it is in another way for me. Do you get me? So what you see as an achievement might be different from my sister's achievement. Some people they are doing it better than married people. So really, to me, it might be. To you, it may not be.
I think a good marriage is an achievement. I think the key word there is good. A good marriage is an
A
achievement.
good
But
marriage, yes.
if you're married to a good person who you're, let me use the Pentecostal word, equally yoked with.
Yeah.
But not in that aspect. I'm just talking about in general, who you have the same vision with. If you guys have the same vision, you guys respect each other, and marriage can always add to your life if it's a good one. If you have a supportive spouse who supports your dreams and
Yeah.
who makes you respected and puts everything else in the back burner. But if you have a terrible marriage,
So
But that's it.
if marrying a good person is, that's where we can say marriage is an achievement, then we shouldn't generalize it, because
Of
it
course.
seems like you only know after you are married, and then the individual that is involved and then felt the goodness of the marriage. That's when the person can say, oh, marriage is an achievement. But if we are talking based on what the question asked now, it's now a societal question. So we cannot now generalize it that marriage is an achievement,
Absolutely.
because so I won't say it is an achievement now based on what you people just said now. So you can only say marriage is an achievement when an individual experience the goodness of marriage. So now it is not a societal question. So I don't think if we now want to answer it in a societal answer, then marriage is not an achievement. It is just a demand. And if you get it right, good for you. If you don't get it right, good for you. Now, using an example, as a young girl, when you are not married,